Today on DLife, a special two-part documentary exploration of diabetes in Haiti, 2 years after the catastrophic earthquake that turned its whole infrastructure upside down. And Chef Michel Nichon creates a fast, delicious, and diabetes-friendly shrimp curry in the DLife Kitchen. We'll also pay a visit to Corpus Christi, Texas, where a Catholic bishop has found that to really help the city's poor, he needs to know about diabetes. All these stories, plus DLife patient champion Dr. Nat Strand with a tasty snack tip. Welcome to DLife. I'm Benno Schmidt. Coming up is easily one of the most moving stories I've ever covered on DLife. Recently, I spent a week in Haiti, documenting how this terribly poor Caribbean nation has coped with an appalling natural disaster, and I came away deeply humbled by what we found. This footage was shot just minutes after the first tremor hit. It was about 5 o'clock on a Tuesday afternoon. For the citizens of the poorest nation in the Western Hemisphere, the situation had just gotten much worse. Over 300,000 people died, 1 million homeless, and infrastructure in ruins. This woman remembers it well. 2 years later, she makes this trip often to the diabetes clinic in Port-au-Prince. She's a grandmother, but still rides the insanely packed cabs called tap-taps through a stew of traffic where streets are often blocked, closed, or buried by rubble. Renee has to come here to Farimac, a diabetes clinic with 12 branches across Haiti. It's her sole source of insulin. What about the insulin?
It's very hard because it's very expensive. It's very difficult if you don't find some medicine, so you can die.
Renee has lived with diabetes well into her 70s. But the earthquake changed everything.
It was very hard for me because I couldn't find insulin, for some days. It was very, very hard because my house is destroyed. And I lost my oldest daughter.
Farimac here in Port-au-Prince is actually, as you can see, kind of an oasis of calm. The wait times to see healthcare professionals or even doctors is short. Insulin, test strips are all provided free for folks. But you have to remember, as you hear the traffic behind me, we're in Port-au-Prince, which is still rebuilding after the earthquake. And although we've seen encouraging signs here, we've also heard from folks who have been separated from their insulin and their test strips and their medications for weeks, even months. There is hope here, but there's also mass hardship. Even before the quake, care was primitive for the up to 400,000 Haitians living with diabetes. Blood sugar monitors are rare. People stared at my insulin pump with wonder. After the quake, it was all about simple survival.
We had some cases where the people, they didn't have insulin. And for children, 1 week without insulin, it's very tough. So we lost some children like that.
Dr. Nancy Larco and her father, Dr. Rene Charles, are heroic figures to people with diabetes here, and they have amazing success, even without all the tools we're accustomed to in the U.S.
When you don't have the choice, you are more strict because they will not know the level of their blood sugar. So it's really a strict life, and most of them are doing well with it.
Doing well because of education.
We have education courses every single day from Monday to Friday to teach them what is diabetes, what are the complications of diabetes, how can you live with diabetes, what to eat. They know more than many physicians and nurses. And also I am happy to say that many of my patients have no diabetic complications. They live well.
How long have you been treating patients with diabetes in Haiti?
Since 1962, almost 50 years. And I wanted to do something for the people with diabetes because I've seen many of them die with gangrene, with diabetic coma, and they could not afford buying insulin. And this is why I say before I die, I must have a foundation to take care of the people with diabetes in Haiti.
Ironically, the lack of material wealth can be a plus for people with diabetes here. Fast food and recreational gorging are unaffordable, and the main mode of transportation is still walking. Even most older folks are trim and fit, if often hungry. There's also the basic optimism of the Haitian people, a trait that has rubbed off on many who offered a helping hand after the quake.
There's a certain immunity that people have who have never experienced comfort to the kind of addiction for comfort. And that becomes one of the psychological resiliences of Haitians. Like what you're talking about with diabetes, how it's affected by diet and the inherent exercise of the Haitian lifestyle, and how that may indeed balance it better than all the blood reading and insulin in the world in developed countries.
Penn set up a massive tent city with the help of the U.S. military following the quake. He's been living in Haiti ever since.
There is something between the lack of choice of the impoverished and the, in many cases, extreme choice of the privileged, where we can certainly learn from each other, and not only socially, but also scientifically, given that some of what makes them stronger are things that apply to our health as well.
The lessons Penn finds in the Haitian lifestyle are shared by another philanthropist with an even more familiar face.
Well, we know that diet and lifestyle can help to manage diabetes issues. And we know that the proper diet and lifestyle can actually reverse type 2 diabetes and eliminate it, but it also can help you to manage type 1 better. So I'd like to see that part of what the Haitians do copied more in the United States. But I would also like to see them have the basic things you need to survive and live as you are with diabetes.
Which is why President Clinton teamed up with drug maker Novo Nordisk to distribute 50,000 free vials of insulin in those dark days following the earthquake. Countless lives were saved. When we come back, more signs of hope from Haiti. Welcome back to DLife's exclusive coverage of Haiti, filmed just 2 years after the tragic earthquake of January 2010. It would be easy to dwell on the negative here, especially since our image of Haiti is formed by endless news cycles of devastation, poverty, violence, and hunger. But that would sell the Haitian people short. The Palais National, or National Palace, behind me here in Port-au-Prince has become an international symbol of the devastation and destruction suffered by Haitians in the earthquake. And while that can't be minimized, there are also incredible stories of hope and optimism, and those living with conditions like diabetes who inspire strength. Just across the street from the National Palace, a tent city has sprung up, housing over 3,000 Haitians. It's not permanent, it's not ideal, but it does speak to the unbelievable resilience of those living here. You see it in the most primitive camps, where Haitian doctors treat people with diabetes in near wartime conditions. Like this tent hospital, strewn across a one-time golf course in the hills around Port-au-Prince. And doctor, if people can live here with diabetes, type 1 and type 2, in primitive conditions. What do you think it says for people in the United States where diabetes is a real epidemic?
I think that some people in the United States got diabetes because they are eating too much. In Haiti, I think that they are not eating well. If you are living in the United States or you are living here in Haiti, you have to eat healthy food.
More progress comes in the form of assistance from the international community. This recent conference was designed to encourage investment in manufacturing here.
There is not one point of Haiti that does not need our help and support.
Other help comes from celebrities like supermodel Petra Nemcova, who's made Haiti a top priority in her humanitarian work.
We're honored to be here today as Foreign Minister of Haiti to nominate Ms. Petra Nemcova as our new honorary consul.
Nemcova has devoted herself to building new schools in Haiti through her Happy Hearts Fund. She herself is no stranger to natural disasters, having barely survived the Asian tsunami of 2004. What's it like when you go in there?
Oh, it's priceless, and you could see how magical that kindergarten is and how magical the children are. And it really provides them the oasis, the safe haven. And what was amazing to see from the first time when the kindergarten opened to now, 6 months later, the children, they were so much more confident, happy, they were more relaxed. Landing, airplane landing. We go to New York for
Nemcova also feels a personal connection to Haitians living with diabetes.
My grandmother, my grandfather were diabetic, so it's also something that is affecting my family and myself personally. So it's definitely something you don't think about unless it hits you, but when it hits you very hard. Diabetes is something that is not addressed in the first few months or even first few years after natural disasters. And I think that there's a very important role for partners who are focused on diabetes and providing the right education and medicine to be able to step in those places which are forgotten.
Against all odds, Haiti is bouncing back. Remember that crumpled national palace? A hopeful new government is running the country from the one undamaged section, once a part of the garage.
The first thing to do today, and we have started doing it, is to encourage the world to come back to Haiti and see and feel that we are a new type of leadership, a type of leadership who wants to eradicate corruption, who wants to serve the people.
And the new foreign minister takes a special interest in people with diabetes.
I'm a type 2 diabetic. My brother, he's type 1. He has to inject himself 3 times a day. My father was a diabetic, and it's a silent killer.
In the end, good diabetes care for the roughly 400,000 Haitians living with the disease begins on a human scale, through the work of people like 81-year-old Dr. Renee Charles, a savior to generations of Haitians with diabetes, through the clinic he founded 50 years ago.
We spend our time with the patients. There is a human communication. Treating people with diabetes, this is a lifelong proposition. We became like friends, like parents of those patients. If you go in the street, sometime around the market, I have heard some of them say, "You are urinating a lot, you are drinking a lot of liquid, go to Fadimac. Maybe you are having diabetes." You know, this sensibilization of the public is rewarding.
When it comes down to it, even the problems of a place like Haiti are solved one person, one doctor, one kindergarten, and one hospital at a time. We're so pleased to have shared our Haiti experience with you and invite you to log on to DLife.com/Haiti for more information about the remarkable people and places you've just seen. And if you're able to, we hope you'll make a contribution to one of those organizations that's working so hard to get Haiti back on its feet.
Hi, I'm Chef Michel Nishan, and this is the DLife Kitchen, where we create delicious, diabetes-friendly dishes. On today's menu, we have a mouth-watering shrimp curry guaranteed to please. Now, the beginning of any good curry is a sauté, usually of onion, garlic, and some other things, so I'm putting a little bit of grapeseed oil in a warm pan. We're going to add some chopped onions, have a little bit of green onion, which gives it a little bit of extra punch, and some celery. And these three we're going to saute first because we need them to soften a little bit before we add the garlic. When you brown garlic too much, it tends to get a little bit bitter. This is going to cook a long time, so there's plenty of time for the garlic to cook in. Now we're going to add some canned diced tomatoes, a little bit of tomato sauce, and then a little bit of honey to sweeten, and this is a good local honey, a little bit of good quality hot sauce, and then here we have curry powder. There we go, it's looking good. Add a little bit of fresh thyme. Reduce the heat so that it simmers gently. We're going to cook it for about 30 minutes, and then we're going to come back and add the shrimp. Awesome, take a look at that. Now it's time to add the shrimp. We're also going to squeeze in a little bit of lemon juice, and then we're going to season with a little bit of salt and pepper. Put the lid back on, and in 5 minutes, this dish is done. Look at that, it looks beautiful all on its own, but we can actually improve that by adding this freshly sliced parsley. Watch what happens. We're just going to add this, turn the burner off, and stir the parsley in. And the parsley just all of a sudden gives you this herbal brightness that's really something else. And look at that, isn't that yummy looking? Now we're just going to take it over here to this plate where we already have some nice whole grain brown rice. Now there you go, for easy, diabetes-friendly entertaining. Serve this curry over whole grain brown rice or quinoa. Add a simple green salad and you have a meal that has more going for it than just great taste. You can find this recipe and other info about managing your diabetes and health at our website at DLife.com/recipe box. Use the recipe finder and check out some of our 8,500 plus recipes. I'm Chef Michel Nishan. See you next time in the DLife Kitchen for more delicious dishes like this.
I'm Dr. Nat Strand, DLife Patient Champion. Finding a quick and portable snack that won't spike your blood sugars can be a real challenge. That's something that I learned firsthand during my time on The Amazing Race. Did you know that a handful of almonds is a great solution that may actually help control your blood sugar levels? Almonds have already been found to reduce LDL, or your bad cholesterol. And recent research shows that they may play a role in leveling out your blood sugar after meals. They're low in carbohydrates and chock full of fiber, iron, zinc, vitamin E, and arginine, an amino acid that aids in blood flow. Almond skin also contains a host of antioxidant compounds. In addition, slivered, chopped, or toasted almonds can be added to just about anything. Salads, high-fiber cereal, Greek yogurt, and even steamed veggies. Snack healthy, and thanks for watching.
When we come back, a Catholic bishop in Texas preaches diabetes awareness to the people who need it most.
I'm Bishop Carmody, Bishop of the Catholic Diocese of Corpus Christi in Texas. The thing I love about Corpus Christi is it's a city of nearly 300,000 people. Nearly everybody knows everybody. Come on, and they're willing to help with one another. This place was established to provide a day shelter for our homeless brothers and sisters. They had no place to go during the day, so they were on the streets during the heat of the summer. So this place was established to provide a place where they can take a shower, where they can do their laundry, where they can have their lockers, where they can keep their medicine. We take your diabetic pills.
I haven't taken them in 2 years.
You haven't taken them in 2 years?
I'm going to go tomorrow. I talked to Sister Rose about it.
So you're going to go back on your medication again?
Yes, I am.
Starting tomorrow?
All right. Yeah, I will.
Blood sugar.
You check the blood sugar?
Blood sugar.
Okay. We have a full-time nurse and a full-time social worker, 2 nuns. Appreciate what you do. Diabetes causes poverty also. Getting a little snack, they cannot work because they are sick. And the sisters and nuns are taking care of you?
They're good.
About 10% of the people here in Corpus Christi have diabetes, either type 1 or type 2. So, but they're all somehow or another tied together to a lack of education. So if we could get our young people educated, we could break the cycle of poverty, we could take care of our sick people, they eat the right food, they take the right exercise, and they're disciplined. So they're all tied together. Mission of Mercy is a mobile clinic, and they go out to very, very poor areas, and the people then can walk to the clinic, get their medications, and get tested. So instead of expecting them to come into the emergency rooms, we have this clinic, and we have a doctor and medicine. Then they put on a certain regimen and taken care of.
Okay, excellent.
To see the people in need motivates me to tell people you are our brothers and sisters. And when you suffer, we all suffer. And when you're joyful, we all rejoice.
DLife will be right back. Well, that does it for this edition of DLife. But remember, the lights are always on at our website, DLife.com. You can download Chef Michelle's shrimp curry recipe, watch DLife TV stories, and find out how other DLifers are managing their diabetes. Until next time, remember, it's your diabetes life. Take care of it.